Oh, shit. I got myself a gun. I got myself a gun, but really I don't need the heat. The hard pump project Kool-Aid, you sweet. I don't got a two-way, you get it? This is not beef, this is rap, homie. I don't have a scratch on me.
Welcome back to the True Sports Talk Radio Show. It's your boy G Fitz, my man Kelvin King.
We in the building.
PJ Rock Nice on this Throwback Thursday.
It's always a party with Rock in the house.
Rock always finding the good hip hop, the smooth sounds of Jesse Smollett earlier today. You know what I'm saying? We doing big things, man. We having a good time out here. But we're going to keep it on to a different track because remember, we talk about all sports here on Tell the True Sports Talk Radio Show. And we're going to go ahead and get into it with Major League Baseball. Some big news right before spring training and all the pitchers and catchers report. We're talking about one of the biggest young stars in the game, Manny Machado, former Baltimore Oriole, and now former Los Angeles Dodger, as he has decided to sign with a brand new baseball club. That club is the San Diego Padres. Yes, the San Diego Padres. I'm not joking when I say it one more time. The San Diego Padres have signed Manny Machado to a 10-year, reportedly 10-year, $300 million contract, making him the brand new $300 million man. Now, if you don't know, his mentor is Alex Rodriguez. Alex Rodriguez, one of the all-time leaders in home runs, but also the number one guy all-time in getting that money when it comes to getting contracts.
A-Rod signed one total contract value, $275 million with the Yankees, $250 million contract with the Rangers. I should have chained my son to the baseball diamond.
Exactly, man. You should have been having to play baseball because
$500 million
listen,
on
man,
2 contracts.
making money.
Come on.
Making money. My man Manny said, I'm going to go ahead and get that 300 on my first one when I come around.
Hey, Manny
26.
Manny know how to surround himself around it with that money, man.
Hey, he's around some of the best.
Yeah.
26. Now, I'm kind of shocked that he went to the Padres. I honestly thought it was the Yankees, but I guess the Yankees was like, we're not spending that money.
Now, I was reading an article saying that the White Sox were really disappointed
Yep,
that
they was gonna get it.
and they were willing to go as high as $350 million. At least that's what they say after the fact. But I mean, they came up and said that. But all you need is one. All you need is one team, and he found that one. And the Padres aren't as bad as they used to be. They really did some big work with their minor league program, but they were looking for a splash.
Yeah,
They were looking for a splash. I mean, you're in Southern California, a Latino population. Man, you can instantly, be entrenched in the community and really, really be a superstar there. I know that the one thing why a lot of guys weren't, a lot of GMs, front office people in MLB weren't really cool with giving Manny that kind of money is because he publicly came up and said he doesn't try hard all the time. He's not Johnny Hustle, whatever the quote was. That was just something stupid to say.
Agreed.
But on that baseball field, he's probably the best third baseman I've ever seen.
Covering. Field-wise.
Field-wise, because he has an absolute cannon, but it's an accurate cannon. And he covers so much ground. Now you move him to shortstop.
He still got it.
Still got it. I mean, people don't realize that he's played a lot of short, not as much on the pro level. And to be honest with you, let's be honest. We know he made this move to short to increase his contract value. We know that. Because you can't go from being the best third baseman, arguably of all time, to just going to short because I just want to go to short. We all know what that was
But that's
about.
not. I think we all missed the point of what they were doing here in Baltimore, and it kind of goes into what we would, the whole show, Baltimore based. So we know a little bit about Manny Machado. So remember when he comes up and they bring him up from the minors straight into the pro setting, we already had a decent shortstop in J.J. Hardy. So it wasn't like we're going to move J.J. Hardy to third. We're going to play Manny at third.
That's right.
Because we need the production from third base, and we need your fielding. And like you just said, might be the best third baseman you ever seen defensively. He hit for contact. He can hit for power. He's a solid up-and-coming young man. But the man wanted to play short. It's the same setup with Alex Rodriguez. Remember, that's why it's kind of like they mirror each other. Because A-Rod was playing a little bit of third base himself when he came up with Seattle. in his first year. Not his first 4 years, his first half a year when he came up. He's playing third. Then they moved him over to short because that's his natural position and where he wants to be. Became a shortstop. When he went to Texas, he was at short. Then they moved him over to third because he got older, got a little bit bigger. Not saying the steroids got a little bigger, but he moved over to third base. That's just his natural position is where he wanted to be.
Yeah, short is an old guy's position.
Right, that's the young man's position.
Right.
That's where you want to be at when you want to get the big dollars. So, yeah, moving to short was the smartest move for him to get paid. And I'm pretty sure that with the Padres, that's what he'll be playing, the shortstop. But he has the defensive capabilities. He has the arm to play that shortstop position. He has the range. It's going to be good. Now, my question is, $300 million. Go get your money. I'm all for it. But is that a good move for him when it comes to legacy? Because we always talk about legacy. And when I say legacy for him, he'll probably work and get an MVP. But I'm talking championships.
I wouldn't give a damn. I just signed a $300 million contract. That's my legacy. Like I played well enough since I've been in the league to qualify for a $300 million contract. You can put that plaque on my wall. You know what I'm saying? Put that plaque on my wall. If I never ever make a championship, put the plaque on my wall. We signed a $300 million contract, February, blah, 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 2019. I get what you're saying, though. I'm going to answer it. That's not on Manny. It's on the front office of San Diego Padres. They brought Manny in to build around, correct? They brought him in as 26 years old. They have him until 36. So this contract puts him through his prime years. So you got him pretty much in his prime now, young guy, through his prime. So he's going to be your guy that you're committed to for at least 5 years. Because remember, he is an out. He is an opt-out after 5 years. The club has no opt-out, but Manny has an opt-out. But that's not Manny's responsibility. Sometimes we get so caught up on the player because that's what we identify, but we forget that these guys have a job to do, and their job is to build a championship team, a playoff team. That's not Manny Machado's responsibility. They made a contract offer to Manny. He accepted. Okay, I'm here. The onus isn't on Manny. Oh, well, you signed this big contract. We're the championships. Okay, well, if I'm the best player on a bum team, I mean, I can't pitch and play all 9 positions on the baseball field. They got to surround me with a good team. So, of course, when you get that kind of contract, the eyeballs are on you, the pressure's on you to come through, to produce, put up the numbers. But ultimately, I don't look at it like, well, if Manny never makes a World Series, then the contract was bad. I look at it like, San Diego, what are you guys doing in order to put, if you're willing to pay $300 million for one guy, I mean, is that it? I mean, you're either going to try to bring more guys in and make a championship push, or you're just going to pay Manny to be the face of the franchise and just be cool with that. Mm-hmm. You know, be cool with that.
And that's the thing. I think organizational wise, it's a wait and let's see what's going to happen. Because I don't think this year's San Diego Padres are going to be good enough to even compete for a World Series.
Absolutely.
They might be good enough to try to get a wild card spot. Because I don't know all of the moves that they've made yet. I haven't really gotten.
I'd rather, yeah.
But I don't know. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know. But I do say this. I do say, legacy-wise, if Manny can't come out of here with at least changing the dynamic of the Padres, because when we hear San Diego Padres over the last few years, all we hear is, man, they're a bad baseball team. That team wins 60 games at most on the season. That's it. If he can change that from being a 60-win team, because you know how we do in most sports, we like LeBron. LeBron leads a team, they tend to go where? To the lottery, right? And the team that goes where he goes tends to go to the NBA Finals, because it did it for the last 8 years, right? When you look at Manny, in this case, can Manny turn this team into a potential team that can always compete to become a playoff caliber team every year, year in and year out? And I think that's where he'll be kind of judged off of what he does on the field. And it kind of goes into what you were saying about how he came out in the report saying, well, I don't always work hard and hustle hard. Well, this is now you got to show and prove that that money was worth it for you to show that you can actually push this team to become a potential playoff threat. Because right now, I don't think they're good enough to even compete for a championship, but they should be good enough to compete for a shot at making the playoffs.
I'll look at it like, really, regardless of the sport, if one signing, if you can bring in one guy and he can cause you to make a playoff push or a championship push, you're talking about some of the best of the generation.
Exactly.
You can't just have, you can't just sign, some run-of-the-mill player and then expect him to, and because there are bad contracts that get doled out here to these players. So just because you pay a guy a lot of money doesn't necessarily mean that this is the guy that's going to lead you to the championship. So right now, Manny Machado is a good player. I don't really think that, from what he accomplished in Baltimore, it didn't really, defensively he accomplished a lot, but offensively, well, he accomplished a lot offensively too.
I was about to say, you gotta watch that one because
Yeah, but I just don't feel like his level of play, you could really look and say, look, Manny is deserving of like a top 2 or 3 contract in MLB. Because to me, a top 2 or 3 contract in MLB goes to a top 2 or 3 ball player. And I think there are a few guys, out there that are a little bit better than him. But you already know my motto. What you negotiate compared, that has nothing to do, you're playing on the field. That's the front office's responsibility to put a winner on the field. As long as Manny goes out there and plays 110% each day, then that's all he can do.
And it's funny though that you mentioned that about him not being one of the top 2 or 3 guys. Goes into my next little part of who's better, because you got a guy like that has won MVPs, and he's not getting paid what Manny's getting paid.
Well, the Angels were smart because they signed
him up early.
They locked him up early, and then when it was time for him to sign his larger deal, they did that early. And to his credit, there's a lot to be said for, you know what, I'm good here, I'm the king of the town.
Taking a pay cut, basically.
You know me, I'm leaving some money on the table, but for the happiness of raising your family in one place, like I said, he probably don't have to buy steak dinner anywhere in that neck of the woods. He's good. It's his locker room. You know what I mean? Probably got a strong relationship with the ownership. Manny just went from the East Coast to the West Coast. And if it don't work out, they'll run him out of town. And he'll probably be opting out at that 5-year mark. Mike Trout sitting back, I left money on the table, but I'm good. I'm all the way good.
Here's another person, and I want to ask this question too with it. Bryce Harper, he's yet to sign. He's a guy that's from the West Coast.
Surprising.
Playing in the East Coast.
Yeah.
And has been considered going to a rival within that same division that he plays in. I'm talking about he was with the Nationals. Phillies are trying hard to get him. I'm shocked that he hasn't signed yet, but I'm also looking at it this. Manny Machado, Bryce Harper, who's better in your opinion?
That's a tough one to me, because like I said, I just said Manny might have been the best third baseman that I've ever seen. I think Bryce is just a total gamer, though. I would rather have Bryce Harper on my team. Now, I don't know if that makes him better than Manny Machado or not. Baseball it's funny how different sports have different dynamics to them. Bryce Harper's the kind of guy that you can add to a team, kind of like, not to go too old school, but kind of like when the Orioles brought Frank Robinson in and instantly he changed the culture. Like, this is a winning culture. This is we going for it. We going for it all. We got enough talent. Let's go for it. I think if you bring him to a contending team, that's the kind of attitude that he'll bring with him. Now, I know when he was young, he kind of got a stereotype as like a, bratty type and all that. But Bryce was major leaguer at a very young age. I think he's past all of that now. Bryce is a baller, and I think his attitude is infectious. And I think if he goes to the right team that has already a little bit of talent and has adequate pitching, I think that he can really make a difference. If you compare Bryce to Manny, I think that let's stick with the Phillies. You add Bryce to the Phillies, I think he does more in the win column. Team, locker room chemistry, the whole 9 yards. Winning attitude. No, if you put Manny on Philly, I think that Bryce is just a more of a winner and does more as far as establishing a winning culture than Manny Machado does. I mean, we had him here in Baltimore for a long time. Beast on the field, but I think that Not that that doesn't matter, but I kind of think that was it. I think Bryce can give you production on the field plus a presence organizationally in the locker room that can kind of carry a team to the next level of success. That's how I feel about him. I don't really think Manny was that much of a guy. Kind of like how we only had him for 1 year, but I think you saw that in Victor Cruz. I think Victor Cruz was the kind of guy that when he came to the O's, you could say, yeah, strong personality. Of course, I mean, yeah, I said Victor Cruz. You're right, Nelson Cruz. You saw his impact when he got there and how it was after he left. I mean, we had strong guys in the locker room like Adam Jones and J.J. Hardy, but when he came, he paired the production with the winning attitude and type A personality that led to wins. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think Manny's that kind of guy. I just don't.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of times you get paid off of potential. Let's just be realistic here.
Absolutely.
You get paid off of potential. Manny hasn't won an MVP. Manny has won 2 Gold Gloves. Manny has been a part of a team that has been to the ALCS, been a part of a team that has been to a few playoffs. Just last year was a part of a Dodgers team that just previously the year prior went to the World Series and lost in Game 7.
Yeah.
So he's been on good teams with other good players. I just don't know if he's going to be the guy that can actually turn it all around and be that number one attraction, number one guy with the Padres and lead them to winning. And if you follow in the way that his mentor was, it's the same thing with Alex Rodriguez. Left a good organization that was winning in Seattle at the time. You go to Texas for the money. Texas doesn't get anything else around you to develop you. They eventually trade you to the Yankees where you have better personnel around you that can help you win to get you to the biggest moments. Because that's, I'm telling you, it's like the same projection right now.
Yeah, but I think that's why when you have, it's almost an art to constructing a team. You can put in a starting lineup 9 guys that are ballers. But if they won't beat a team where you have 9 scrappy guys that refuse to lose. You see what I'm saying? And I think A-Rod, just like Manny, were guys that damn sure gave you the production. And, you know, guys that are fans of them will be like, well, you do need more than that. Okay, now if you're just missing a little bit more, if you have a strong locker room in place as the cornerstone, as the guy who's going to help shape the culture of your team, and furthermore your organization for the next 10 years, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's going to be the right move for you. So I don't know. Either way, dilly to the agent.
Smart man.
Dilly on that 10%.
Yeah, smart man. I think
30 million?
I think he got Drew Rosenhaus.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think so.
I'm pretty sure it's Drew Rosenhaus that is the agent for Manny, and regardless of it, he's smart. Now I'm just waiting on the news to drop on Bryce Harper, because if Manny got $300 million and he coming right
Scott Boras.
Scott Boras is the agent.
Scott Boras.
So again, if he got that for him,
the GOAT.
If he got that for him, I can't wait to see what Bryce Harper gonna get.
Yeah. Well,
because Bryce gonna get paid. I'm just waiting to see where it's gonna go. Even if when I say get paid, everybody just look at that number and say, 10 years, $300 million. All right, let's average that out. That's $30 million a year. So if Bryce Harper, let's say he doesn't sign a long-term deal, because we all know how LeBron does it. I'm gonna go get a 2-year deal with the 1-year opt-out and still get paid big money, because that's what you can do.
That's right.
I wouldn't be shocked if he said, you know what, I'm gonna take a 1-year flyer, prove myself one more time. 1 year, $35 million.
I'll be shocked if that happens.
I'm not shocked by anything these guys do now, because these new guys, these new players, they do kind of crazy things, man. These short-term deals and get paid. Baseball, you should take the long-term money. That's guaranteed.
Why not, man? Yeah. I mean, if you're going to look, I mean, can you imagine signing a 10-year, $300 million contract and going home to your woman, like, you know what I mean? Like, baby, here's the contract. I mean, you want the good treatment.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? You want a big piece of chicken.
Right. All the time.
You know every what I'm saying? Well, yeah, you want that every day, but I damn sure better get it that day.
Yeah.
You know,
I better get that, the lobster, the steak, everything that day. Because I got $300 million. I want everything.
The works.
I want the spaghetti with the shrimp in it, with the sausage. I want it all. And I don't even like that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. That's what I want. So you better feed me.
Look, but seriously though, man, because you never know what tomorrow may bring. And you know me, you got a long time to position yourself for a big contract. And when it's your time to go, I'm like Manny. What Mike Trout did was admirable and all that. Taking less money, but I just got signed a $300 million contract.
But then, see, it's funny though, because when you look at
he earned that.
Yeah, when you look at the Mike Trout situation, him taking less money, the Angels ain't been winning. They ain't been putting nothing out there around since the
True.
long contract. So it's like, oh, all right, well, we got Mike Trout. Come watch the baseball games. We got Mike Trout.
Mm-hmm.
But they not winning. And that's my thing about giving these guys the big deal. Yeah, if you can lock up a kid at 26-year-old, that's a generational type of player, because that's what they look as Manny, they look as Bryce, they look as Trout, as generational type players, then you do it. But I don't know about that, man. That's a lot of cash. That's a lot of cash.
Well, you're going to find out. I mean, history tells us that these big long-term contracts in baseball don't really work out in a team's favor. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, what fans always tend to miss is we don't know what the profit and loss margin was over that time period. Right. Because let's say the Padres didn't sign Manny Machado and they went into last year. How many butts were going to be in that seats? How many hot dogs were going to be bought? Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? How many jerseys were going to be sold?
Was going to get bought out there in San Diego.
Probably not too many.
In the confines of Petco Park.
Hey, look, that's better than where I say the Pistons play. Where the Pistons play, man?
With the
Pizza Bowling's Little Caesars Arena.
The Little Caesars Arena. Yeah, the sponsors is crazy, right?
So what are some of the worst named arenas? Matter of fact, let's break. We're gonna come back with that one, man.
Yeah, we're gonna go to
take us off, right?
We're gonna break. Then we're gonna finish out the rest of the show with that on some crazy park names.
The worst arena names. If y'all got a couple senators, because we about to run them off.
Before we go to break, man, can I ask y'all a question? It's sports related, but it's not sports related. Mm-hmm. And then we can go to break, I promise.
Yes, sir.
What's y'all opinion on Floyd Mayweather and this whole Gucci thing?
I love it. You know why? Because it's his money. He can do what he wants with his money.
Exactly. So I mean, why is everybody in an uproar about it, man?
Because we was talking about this off air. Yeah. We was talking about how T.I. pretty much bashed Floyd and said he didn't give back to his community. And he should be ashamed. And he even made a diss track about it, man. Because buy with your money, that's your money. I could say, why you buying a laptop when I know that the way they get them laptops made is from a bunch of slaves working down in a dungeon down here. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, this was an interesting conversation we had at Rock the other day because we were covering the bases. I mean, guys, my point was, okay, now granted, you need guys, powerful individuals to push the culture forward. Okay, you're a black American. So we need powerful people to kind of push our agenda a little bit more, right? But that's not everybody. Just because a guy has money doesn't mean that it's his responsibility to push the culture forward. Because I posed the question, okay, it's everybody's responsibility, but when's the last time anybody contributed $20 to a charity?
Right.
Ain't too many people that I know. I donated for a long time. I haven't been as active. I donated to the Disabled Veterans Charity for a long time. Nobody knew that though. So number one, you don't know what Floyd Mayweather does with his money behind closed doors just because he doesn't post about it. And number two, how the hell can I call out a guy for not spending his money the way that I want him to when I haven't given anybody $5?
It just don't make sense to me. And a lot of people get mad because the media puts it out there. And I'm talking about the blackface setup, right? Is it disrespectful in some eyes? Yeah, it is. It's very disrespectful. But if the media didn't blow it up and put it out there, nobody wouldn't even care. Because guess what? Our people have been wanting to wear Prada and wear Gucci